Good evening, everyone. Chjills and Fever Part 2. Big thank you to Andy Ill for the first hour or so. Well done, Andy, as always. An absolutely blinding set, should I say, sir. Right, okay, let's get the show underway. Chjills and Fever Part 2. Evening, Stuart Catlin, Vicky Richardson, Mark and Christine Smith. Evening, Watford Chris, Motown Dave, Simon Soley. From Manchester, Derek Hyam, Kazem Ritchie, Stuart McKinsey, Martin MacPhail, Clark Beadle. How are you? Good evening to Mark Stackhouse. Mivy Stevens from Stevenage. The Mods. Evening Stevie Spencer. I think it's from Spain. And all the way from South Wales, Martin Pilnick. And Tracy Cook, good evening to you. Cyril and Sue Poulton from Hertfordshire. Come on, you Spurs. Hey, they're not doing very well at the moment, are they, Cyril? You might be getting a taxi in the morning. Hello, Sonia. Keep up the great work with your needlecraft. Brilliant. And Melvin Clapton. Hello, sir. Good evening, Trevor Bricknell. And feel free to share. Share. Good evening to Richard Blair and Cheryl. What can I say? I can't do it. It's not a family show. Well, it is actually. Good evening, Fire Dog. Made it. I think that's Phil Wallace from my very good friend from Grimsby. Right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Chjills and Fever Part 2. Massive thank you to Andy Hill for an absolutely stonking set. But then, what do you expect from the young man? Absolutely superb. Classics, anthems, a bit of this, and also a bit of that. Come on then, let's be having you.
You're sweeter than the honey that the bees make. So, sister, you're brown sugar.
Good evening, Brian Leslie.
Sweeter than the icing on the best.
And Jill Evans.
So, sister, you're brown sugar.
Nipper 26, good evening.
I was in the dark, but now I see what was always in front of me. I was always proud, but now I'm saying it loud. Keep on giving it to me. Love and affection to the bone, to the bone. So, sister, you're brown sugar.
Evening, Kevin Raymond
All night long.
and Carolyn
Oh,
Thompson.
sister,
The one and only Richard Graham. Good evening, even Ian Locke, Mark Borley, Adrian Wonkin.
I wanna show you 'cause I can't stand the blow. Keep on giving it to me. Somebody said what's in the dark will surely come to the light. Now your days are brighter and your burdens lighter, and the whole world knows you out of sight. What road? Love and affection to the bone, to the bone. So, sister, you're brown sugar. Keep on sucking it to me all night long. So, sister, you're brown sugar. Girl, you're always out there with your man. It's about time he took your hand.
Sorry, Dave Motown.
'Cause I can't stand the blow. Keep on giving it to me. Keep on giving me brown sugar. I got to have it.
From Seattle,
Have brown sugar.
Dennis O'Kane.
But baby, I can't help but want brown sugar. You're fried to the bone. Don't you know I need brown sugar?
Dave Hughes is in the house. I thought you was having trouble, mate, but you're in. Thank you for joining us, by the way. Sam and Dave, of course, kicking the show off tonight. Soul Sister, Brown Sugar, Atlantic Records from 1968. Also, good evening to Steve IG and Stafford, Mark, Watford, Chris, I think we've already had, Stuart Sims. Good evening to Stuart. How are you, sir? And also, Adrian Hawkins got a record lined up for you later on in the show. Right, here you go. Have some of this.
Breaking up big rocks.
Oscar Brown Jr.
Breaking rocks and stepping.
Evening, Andy Dixon.
Breaking rocks, I tell on a chain gang. Cause I've been convicted of crime. Hold it steady right there while I hit it.
Dave and Julie Nichols.
I reckon that ought to get it in working and working. But I still got so terrible long to go.
Joyous 642.
I committed crime.
Brendan Carr, South London, and Stevie Spencer.
Being hungry and poor. I left the grocery store, man bleeding. When he caught me robbing his store. Hold it steady right there while I hit it. I reckon that ought to get it in working and working. But I still got so terrible long to go. And Gigi say 5 years hard labor on the cheap.
Yes, Phil Wallace, we know you're fire dog.
I heard the judge say 5 years labor. I heard my woman scream, Lord.
Good evening, Troy Tempest.
Hold it steady right there while I hit it. I reckon that ought to get it in working and working. But I still got so terrible long to go.
Thank you, Stuart, for sharing. Appreciate it.
Wanna see my sweet honey baby. Wanna break this chain off and run. I wanna lay down somewhere shady. Lord, it sure is hot in the sun. Hold it steady right there.
From North Wales.
Yeah, I reckon that ought to get it in working.
John Owen Powie.
But I still got so terrible long to go. Breaking up big rocks on a chain gang. Breaking rocks and
64.
saving my time.
Evening, Kerry Frieda. Yeah, there you go. That's the sounds of Oscar Brown Jr., a brilliant version of the work song. It's on an EP on Philips, but also I've got another EP of this as well, a different EP to this one. So there you go. Got this one for sale, by the way, but you're not having the other one. That's mine. Right, anyway, Rhythm and Blues coming your way.
I'm on my way to my little girl's home. I'm on my way, yeah, to my little girl's home. I'm on my way, my little girl's home. Oh yeah, everybody knows.
Anyone for Cockles?
You've been gone too long. If you can't go,
Evening, Tracy Cook. new to me, that one. Absolutely brilliant. Virgil Green, that's on Reginald Records. I'm on my way. Only come across that in the last couple of weeks. I'm so glad about that. Paul Whitehouse, good evening to you. I've said Cockles is in the house. That's obviously Sue and Cyril. Ian Locke, let's have a look. I think we've had those. Oh, Andy 66, Andy Dixon and Baz Rogers. Good evening to all you wonderful people for joining us every Saturday night. Week 44, by the way. That is unbelievable. 88 hours of this great music, which we've been privileged to place you guys, and so much for your support. Can't appreciate it enough. Right, enough of me waffling on. Well, you know what I'm like. Saturday night, anyway. This is Fred Towles. Thank you to Dave Cartledge for this one. Come on then, let's be having you. Good evening, Stan May Evans from Liverpool. Original mod. Respect, Stan May. All round for supper round Sue and Cyril Poulton's house. Cockles. From Stoke, Tiny Boat, how are you, fella? Thank you, Robert Thompson. Yeah, I like to have a good dance on a Saturday night playing these great tunes. That's Fred Towles, by the way. Hook It to the Mule on Way Out Records from 1968. Thank you to Dave Cartledge from Newcastle under Lyme for putting us onto that one. What a great tune that is. Right, we're going to go back to the original days of certainly the Sink, Stan Evans, I'm sure you'll know this, to the Twisted Wheel in Manchester and Sheffield's Mojo Club. You would have been hearing sounds like this. London Records. This is the brilliant Darryl Banks.
Walk right on in, stretch out your arm, let the love light shine on my soul, baby. And let love come running in. You know that I needed you.
Evening Watford Chris.
Let your love come running.
Donny the Mod.
Let it flow like a river. Let it shine like a light. Take all my blind soul, babe. Why don't you give it sight?
Evening Jonathan Reeves.
I've tried to keep from loving you.
How's your brother Mark?
But I've been loving you a little too long. Darling, darling, you've been so sweet to me. That's what keeps my love so strong. Walk right on in. Let your love come running in. Open the door to your heart, baby. Open the door to your heart. Open the door to your heart. Let love come running in. Let your love come running in. Let it flow like a river.
Yeah, one of the all-time greats. What a great double-sider. At the other side, Our Love Is in the Pocket is the one, I suppose, what's generally played in the clubs. But actually, soul for soul, I actually think that is the best side, and it's nice to get it on a London as well. One of the all-time great records, Darryl Banks, and that is the Open the Door to Your Heart from 1966. Right, let's get over to Jamaica. James Slinger, good afternoon, or should I say good evening to you. Right, as I said, Jamaican time, here we come. Come on then. Here we go. Come on.
Face gone, my one little face gone, and she left me to weep and mourn all the time. Yeah, yeah. I travel over land and seas, and I found myself where I shouldn't have been. All the tragedy, she said, go little boy, you need to know more. Face gone, my one little face gone, and she left me to weep and mourn all the time. Yeah, yeah. I travel over land and seas, and I find myself where I shouldn't have been. All the tragedy, she said, go little boy, I need to know more. Face gone, my one little face gone, and she left me to weep and mourn all the time. Yeah, yeah.
Good evening, Sean Morgan. I'm Mark in South Wales. Evening, Sue Peg. Come on. 64. Sounds of Scar and Blue Beats. And it's Winston and Errol, and that is Faye Is Gone. Right, next up then, a tune which was synonymous with the Mods. I played the other side in an earlier show, so I thought I'd flip it over. From 1964, Fontana Records, Sounds of the High Numbers. Come on, let's be having ya.
I'm the hippiest number in town, and I tell you why. I'm the snappiest dresser right down to my inch wide tie. And to get you wise, I'll explain to you. A few are the things that a face is supposed to do. salts can plainly see. So the action lies with all of you guys. It's how you look in the other cat's eyes. What don't you see? What don't you see? What don't you see now? What don't you see now?
Proper mod.
What don't you see now? What don't you see now?
Zoot Suit. And that is from the High Numbers 64 on the original Fontana label. And this actually came from a very dear friend of mine, Pete Tebbett. I know you guys know Pete out there. One of the original mods and had a fantastic record collection. And very fortunate to get some great stuff off Pete over the years as well. And also put me on to so many great records. Right, also talking about mods and icons and people like that. How about the next guy then? Michael Caine. Oh, you can't forget the film Alfie and the 69 film with the minis, what do we call it? Can't even remember. But this one, in 1971, this was the theme music to one of his films. The film Get Carter. Italian Job. I've got a memory like a sieve, 69, wasn't it? Jazzy. Tempo up. Cool as. Thank you, Mark Borley. Evening from France, Yannick Ranger. Good evening, Alex. Bailey. And Patricia, UNYL. What does that mean, Patricia? Never trusted a Geordie, Richard Graham. He loved the Geordies. Leakey's in the house. Good evening, Peter. Yeah, Mincer. Lord of the Mints. That's Pete Leak. Yeah, down there in Warsaw. Get Carter. Cool as. Yeah, that is good. There you go. That's the sounds of Roy Budd, Get Carter on Pie from 1971. I tell you what, I'm not saying it's cold in here. We've got to make a... We actually have to get out this shed, which is just over here. That's the door. And we go to the back door. It's about 10 to 15 yards. And I'll tell you what, it is chilly out there here in Stafford in this little shed. But actually, we've got a heater down there. So I'm just kidding you. Right, next up then. The sounds of the Platters. Evening, Kit Kat.
Yeah. With this ring, I promise I'll always love you, always love you. With
Richard, I wish it was only 50p.
I promise I'll always love you, always love you. They used to call me the one love who never wanted to settle down, yeah. But I'll tell you, baby, I want to know more. Got to stay around, cause with this ring, I promise I'll always love you, always love you. With this ring, I promise I'll always love you, always love you.
Evening, Carl Hasso.
With this ring, I promise I'll always, always love you. With this ring, I promise I'll always love you, always love you. Baby, I never thought so much
Evening,
love
Julian D.
could fit in a little land of gold. But I'm telling you, darling, I feel it in my heart, got it in my soul. With this ring, I promise I'll always love you. With this ring, I promise I'll always love you, always love you. You know that I love you, baby, with all of my heart. I've got to keep you near, 'cause I love you, sweetie. Everything you know, I love you, darling.
Yeah, there you go. That's on Stateside Records from 1967. The sounds, of course, of the Platters and With This Ring. Right, it's that time of the evening. It's my featured artist, week 44, by the way. Keep sharing, guys. I do appreciate you doing that for us. It keeps the interest going. So anyway, here we go. My featured artist of the week is Mr. Louis Jordan. Born 1908 in Brinkley, Arkansas, American saxophonist, multi-instrumentalist, songwriter and band leader. Popular from the late 1930s to the early 1950s and recorded until the 1970s. Known as the King of the Jukebox. Duetted with some of the biggest soulist singing stars, including Bing Crosby, Ella Fitzgerald and Louis Armstrong. He was also an actor, appearing in dozens of promotion film clips and made many cameos in mainstream features and short films, and also starred in 2 musicals made especially just for him. Jordan began his career in big band, swing, jazz and jump blues with his dynamic band Tiffany 5 Bands. Jordan, during the next few years, mapped out the main parameters of the classic R&B, urban blues and early rock and roll genres, with some great 78s released by Decca Records. The first of my 2 records in a tribute to Mr. Louis Jordan. Evening, Vicky Richardson.
Yeah, see the girl with the snaggle tooth. She hardly ever tell the truth. What I say, I tell me what I say. Yeah, what I say now. What I say. I see the girl with the great big mouth. Oh, you can tell she from way down south. What I say. Yeah, what I say now. I tell me what I say. What I say now. I see the girl with the big brown eyes. She's always telling lies. What I say. She don't never keep a date. What I say now. Yeah, what I say now. Yeah, tell see the girl with the great big feet. You take her out, she eat what I say. Don't take her out no more. What I say now. Yeah, what I say now. Tell me what I say. Yeah, see the girl with the luscious lips. She knows how to shake her hips. What I say. Ah, roll 'em, baby. What I say now. Yeah, what I say now. Yeah, what I say. Yeah, what I say. Yeah, what I say now. Do you understand me? Are you deaf? I ain't talking about what John said or what Susie said. I'm talking about what did I say?
Yeah, there you go. 1964. What a great version. Of course, Ray Charles did the original version of that. That's Louis Jordan, and that's on their TRC Records. Right, well, Louis Jordan had 18 number ones, which makes him the third most successful singer-artist in the Billboard Rhythm and Blues charts history, and one of the first black recording artists to actually achieve significant crossover to white audiences. He recorded 121 singles and 21 LPs, and he was married 5 times. The second of my Louis Jordan records. Yeah, Dirty Dog, Michelle says. Here we go. 65.
They picked me up and threw me down in jail. 65 bars all around me. The air is bad and the food is stale. 65 bars all around me. All I see is a door of steel. 65 bars all around me. No one knows just how bad I feel. 65 bars all around me. Now and then I count them over again. I'd rather count stars. Oh yeah, 65 bars. Jail come and set me free. 65 bars all around me. I'm cold and hungry as I can be. 65 bars all around me. I didn't think that I would land in jail. 65 bars all around me. No one's come to pay my bill. 65 bars all around me. Now and then I count them over again.
Good evening, Chris.
I'd rather count stars.
Suit you, sir.
Yeah, 65.
Chris Davis from Gloucester.
Please listen to what I say. 65 bars all around me. You break the law and you gotta pay. 65 bars all around me. I don't want no more of this life of crime. 65 bars all around
Chris Davis is not a mincer, Andy Hill.
just serving time. 65 bars all around me. Now and then I count them over again.
Honest, Gov.
I'd rather count stars. Oh yeah, 65 bars. Now and then I count them over again. I'd rather count stars. Oh yeah, than 65 bars. 65 bars all around me. 65 bars all around me. 45 bars.
Yes, from 1965. That indeed is a great tune, isn't it? 65 bars, what a tune indeed. Well, that's it from Louis Armstrong. Described by Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as the father of rhythm and blues and the grandfather of rock and roll. Unfortunately died of a heart attack in 1975 at the age of 66. But in that time, that man adapted from style to different genre and succeeded in everything he did. One of the all-time greats. Thank you, Louis Jordan, for your great music. Here we go.
Yeah, yeah.
Come on.
Somebody always
Saturday night.
Somebody always talking about the way she walks. Somebody's always thinking something smart to say. Somebody's always trying to take my baby away. Somebody's always telling her she looks so fine. Somebody's always trying to get her change her mind. Somebody's always trying their best to lead her astray. Somebody's always trying to take my baby away. Every time I look around, there's some new guy filling up my baby's head with all kind of doubt. Is there any
More senior moments from Chapman Esquire. Louis Jordan, not Armstrong. What a plonker.
Somebody's always trying to get my baby shook. Somebody's always trying their best to lead her astray. Somebody's always trying to take my baby away. Shook. Somebody's always talking about a wedding day. Somebody's always trying to take my baby away. Every time I look around, there's some new guy filling up my baby's head with all kind of doubt. If they're ringing on her doorbell, they're knocking on her door, telling her she looks just like a movie star. Somebody's always giving her the dreaming look. Somebody's always trying to get my baby shook. Somebody's always talking about a wedding day. Somebody's always trying to take my baby away. Somebody's always trying to take my baby away.
Absolutely banging.
I need you.
64, OK Records. Somebody's always trying. That's from the one and only fantastic Ted Taylor. Chjills and Fever Part 2 every Saturday night from 8 to 10. Andy from 8 to 9. I take it over from 9 to 10. Hope you guys are having a great time out there on this Saturday night. Week 44 of Chjills and Fever. Week 45 coming up next week.
Lane, there is a barber showing photographs of every head he's had the pleasure to know, and all the people that come and go stop and say hello. On the corner is a banker with a motor car. The little children laugh at him behind his back, and the banker never wears a Mac in the pouring rain. Very strange. Penny Lane is in my ears and in my eyes. There beneath the blue suburban skies I sit, and meanwhile back in Penny Lane there is a fireman with an hourglass, and in his pocket is a portrait of the Queen. He likes to keep his fire engine clean. It's a clean machine. Penny Lane is in my ears and in my eyes. For a fish and finger pies in summer. Meanwhile, back behind the shelter in the middle of the roundabout, a pretty nurse is selling poppies from a tray, and though she feels as if she's in a play, she is anyway. In Penny Lane, the barber shaves another customer. We see the banker sitting waiting for a trim, and then the fireman rushes in from the pouring rain. Very strange. Penny Lane is in my ears and in my eyes. There beneath the blue suburban skies I sit, and meanwhile back Penny Lane is in my ears and in
1967, Parlophone Records, Penny Lane. What a great tune from the Beatles. They was a magnificent group. They don't always get a great outing with the mods. I know they're not mod, but you know what? When they can record records like that, and one of the greatest bands, obviously, in the world we've ever had. Right, I want to do a special request now. On Thursday, it was our very good friend of ours from AWOL. That's the Weekenders and his brilliant nights up there in Leeds. A.D. Hawkins, he had his birthday. So what I want to do, I want to play this record dedicated to A.D. But actually, it's from A.D. to his wonderful wife, Claire. So this one is for you two guys. Hope you're listening up there in Leeds. So to A.D. Hawkins and to Claire, this is dedicated to you two. A.D. Hawkins celebrating his 75th birthday.
And since I found you, oh how your love has turned the tide, yeah. 'Cause your love has been so good to me. You gave your heart so willingly. I love you. Oh, I'll never leave you. Never. No, no, never. Oh, oh, yeah. Sweet baby, yeah. Sweet baby, yeah. Oh, oh, yeah. You made me see just how wonderful love can really be. Until I met you, I never knew I had so much love in me. Yeah. Yes, you brought the best things out in me, the things I thought could never be ended. All
Evening, Jason Northern.
misery, I'm satisfied. Ooh, so contented.
Richard's dancing in the kitchen. Or should that be mincing?
Sweet baby, yeah. Sweet baby, yeah.
Yeah, going to A.D. and to Claire Hawkins up there in Leeds. It was A.D.'s birthday on Thursday, so congratulations, young sir. And also, we love you, Claire, as well. And that was Ruby Andrews, as requested, Just Loving You. I think Andy played that a few weeks ago, but I thought it was quite appropriate for A.D.'s birthday. And wonderful to see Ruby Andrews a few years ago as well. I think I played her other record, Hey Baby, I think it was. Hey People, Hey Baby, on Thursday night on Soul Spectrum. Right, okay, original Gravity time of that night. We always try to play an original Gravity record. Right, another 78 to go to get that magic 400. Keep pushing for us, guys. Original Gravity coming your way. Still got a few of these left on the website. Get them before they all go. Evening, Andy Cookie.
High on the mountain where the sun goes down, looking for my baby, but my baby ain't nowhere around. Screaming and crying in the sleet and snow, asking everybody, oh, I wonder where did my baby go? Ay, 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 ay,
Curtis Baker. Original Gravity. Everything Original Gravity does just turns to gold. Great version, by the way, and everything Neil Anderson's done so far. Right, it's that time of the week. Mark and Christine, you get yourselves a packet of crisps, and I'm going to squash them all up so they get more in them. And Arthur Shandy, because you got it right for the curveball. Where's Mike Warburton? I know he loves the Buzzcocks. Hey Dave, I've got a couple of their records. Half Man, Half Biscuit. In fact, I've got about 3 or 4. Yeah, sounds of the Buzzcocks, absolutely super belting, as Davy Clark in Edinburgh would say. Right, I've just managed to get a version of this. P.P. Arnold did a brilliant version. I'm sure that was the original version, but I quite like this. What do you think, guys?
I would have given you all of my heart, but there's someone who's torn it apart, and she's taking almost all that I got. But if you won't, I'll try to love again. Baby, I'll try to love again, but I know the first cut is the deepest. Baby, I know the first cut is the deepest. 'Cause when it comes to being loved, this is hers. When it comes to loving, this is worse. But when it comes to being loved, she's hers. That's how I know the first cut is the deepest. Baby, I know the first cut is the deepest. I still want you by my side.
just to help me dry the tears that I cry. 'Cause I'm sure gonna give you a try, and if you won't, I'll try to love again. But baby, I'll try to love again, and I know the first cut is the deepest. Baby, I know the first cut is the deepest. 'Cause when it comes to being loved, she's cursed. When it comes to loving me, she's worse. But when it comes to being loved, she's first. That's how I know the first cut is the deepest. Baby, I know the first cut is the deepest. Baby, I know the first cut is the deepest. Baby, I know the first cut is the deepest. 'Cause when it comes to being loved, she's cursed. When it comes to loving me, she's worse. But when it comes to being loved, she's first. That's how I know the first cut is the deepest. Baby, I know the
Thank you, David Hyam.
cut is the deepest.
And thanks, Mivy. Different version. Originally done by P.P. Arnold on Immediate Records. That was by Lost and Found. It's on a foreign Discotram, I think it's called. Right, two more from me. What I'd like to do, Andy did a tribute to Nolan Porter, who sadly passed away on Thursday at the age of 71. A regular visitor to all the clubs, especially to the soul clubs and also to the mod clubs as well with Solid Foundation. When you think about the next track I'm going to play, you think about one Dave Everson who championed this record, and you'd also think of Wigan Casino. It's quite appropriate. We always say K.O. K.O. Nolan Porter, keep on keeping on. Evening to Bridget Ayres from Cambridge. How are you, Bridget? Hope you're well.
Don't let it get you down.
Thank you, Richard Graham.
I stand up, get on up, and smile a while. You gotta keep on,
Keep on.
Ooh,
Keeping on.
you gotta keep on, keeping on. Hey, oh yeah. You gotta keep on, keeping on. Keep on, baby. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Keep on. Whoa, whoa. It's a new day. Hold your head up high. Yeah. Keep it on.
Cockles for supper.
You gotta keep on, no matter how hard it is.
Thank you, Sharon.
You gotta keep on,
Cheers, Solly Simon.
how rough it is.
65.
You gotta keep on.
Thank you, Jill.
You gotta keep on.
In memory of the original Keep On, Keeping On, Mr. Nolan Porter, who sadly passed away at the age of 71 on Thursday just gone by. A great servant to the soul scene and a great guy. Used to come out and chat to everybody, very approachable. We loved him and he loved us. The one and only, the late but great Mr. Nolan Porter will be sadly missed. Right, I'm going to finish with this one. I think I've gone over time, but I'm going to play this one anyway. I think Kev Raymond asked me for this about 3 weeks ago. I've just realised I've got it in the box, so I'm going to play this one to Kevin Raymond. As you requested a couple of weeks ago, sorry I haven't played it before. So we'll love you and we'll leave you with this one. Mr. Sax himself. Good night, God bless everybody, keep safe. Thank you, Tracy Cook. Thank you, Watford Chris, Mark and Christine, big hugs. Thank you, Mark Borley and Chris, Kaz and Richie. Thank you to wonderful Michelle. Fantastic. Come on then. Cheers, Leaky. Thank you, Richard. Mincer. To Kevin Raymond. Judy Walker from the All Stars, Take Me Girl, I'm ready. That's it, guys. Thank you for tuning in to Chjills and Fever part 44. 45 next week. Don't forget, tomorrow morning, Nige Brown, Easy Light Sunday morning. We'll be back again. Andy Hill and Carol Peacock, Michelle Jacobs and Sean Chapman will be back with you next Saturday night for week 45. Get your dancing shoes ready for that one. It's going to be a blast. Good night and God bless everybody. We'll see you again next Saturday night. Stay safe as well. Stay safe and get your jabs. Get your jabs. Get jabbed up. Come on. Cheers, guys. Thank you very much.